Welcome to Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football, and as always, it's brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton, your orthopedic and sports medicine partner. You're watching it here on WYLN. I'm your host, Marty Burns. The Cougars cap off senior night with a big victory over the Wilkes-Barre area Wolfpack. We'll talk to head coach Dennis Bookman about it right after this.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton.
You know, Blaze Alexander, we understand that individuals win trophies, but teams win championships. From sales
to service.
From maintenance
to major service.
From Mazda to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram to Buick GMC. Good credit or bad, we got your back. So like I said, it takes a team. If you're in the market for a car, stop to the Great Alexander team at Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, and we're taking the deals. The other guys won't.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328. Two Italian Guys Pizzeria, 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazleton has all your favorites, from pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to Sports Talk, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football here on WYLN, and it's brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network Hazleton, your orthopedic and sports medicine partner. I'm your host, Marty Burns, joined once again by Hazleton area head football coach Dennis Bookman. And Coach, first off, senior night, and you get to cap it off with a big, hard-earned victory against Wilkes-Barre area, and we had talked before we came on the air. The impression I got from reading the reports on it reminded me of a playoff game where you had to work hard, take advantage of some opportunities. You had that big burst in the third quarter, touchdown, a special teams play, and then a touchdown to follow up. And we'll get to see those coming up in the highlights. But taking advantage of opportunities that when they're given to you, and then a hard-working effort.
Absolutely. Friday night, like each and every game, it's about adversity and overcoming those adverse situations, and Friday was no different. It did have a playoff feel. There was a sense of urgency for our program. We understood the magnitude of that football game. Number one, because it was against such a quality opponent in Wilkes-Barre, who's in our district, who's in our class, and number two, because it was senior night. It was about our seniors who've given so much to not only our program but the community, and we wanted to ensure that we won at Harmon Geist on senior night. It's incredible when you think of the flow of the game and the highs and lows, and in terms of what goes on the field. But our kids stay steady. We understood we had some things in the first half and some opportunities that we may have let slip by, and that was kind of the talk at halftime. There was, let's relax here, let's lock back in, and let's get ready to play a great second half of football.
And you mentioned second half, as so often this year, especially on the defensive side. Again, you come out, make your adjustments, and pitch a shutout in the second half.
Absolutely. A tremendous job once again by our defense, our players, our coaches. Just, we continue to get better. And, the first half we made those weaknesses our strengths in the second half. And, that's a testament to our program against, once again, a very good opponent. And as we said to our guys, an opponent we very well can see again down the road, where we wanted to make sure that we were playing potentially that game at Harmon Guy Stadium.
And before we get to the highlights, we're going to see them in the highlights. Special teams in all different aspects of special teams was a key to your victory as well on Friday night.
First of all, Coach Perkowski does a tremendous job with our special teams, and you talk about the players that we have and the selflessness of our players, where you see a lot of our guys who are our mainstays on offense and defense play special teams. We don't talk about special teams as the other phase. It's truly means it's the third phase of our football program, and it means so much, especially I feel in the game of football and at the high school level, because it just changes momentum so much. And then you talk about the weapons we have on special teams from Luke Russo. We'll see, Connor Shamani makes a tremendous play with Ryan Matyas off a bobbled snap. The way we were able to change field position with our kick game and our return game, being able to cover. It's just, you're so proud because there's so much buy-in from our players. They don't want to be off the field. It's a great opportunity for those guys who are wanting to crack the varsity lineup on offense and defense to make plays as well. We say it all the time. If you can make plays on special teams, you can make plays in space. You can make plays in the framework of anything in the football game.
And we mentioned those highlights. Let's get to them, and we'll start with Kayvon Minor with a nice defensive play.
Q does such a great job here. Kayvon, he's getting better and better each week. Great job scraping over the top off a bunch and making a big-time play on the sideline.
Love this play to Ryan Matyas.
Ryan Matyas, what a great job here on scramble drill, being able to get to the edge here. Huge chunk play on our first series.
And a nice first down run for Matthew Bookman.
Once again, Ryan Matyas pinning the end. Great job on the double by our tackle and guard there, Raymond and Leo. Wonderful jump cut by Matt Bookman for a first down.
And we're going to see this twice, your first touchdown tonight.
Absolutely here. We have an option here, something we put in this week, a B option as we call it, where we hand the football off to Ryan Matyas, and then he works the option to Matt Bookman for a big-time touchdown for the first score.
And another play we'll see twice. You went for two, and Matthew Bookman converts.
They jumped off sides. They gave us an opportunity to be able to get closer to be able to go for two. We had confidence in our offense, and we're able to get the 2 points here and go up 8-0 in the football game early on.
Now we see Matthew Bookman on defense combining with Christian Price.
Great job here by Christian being that primary force player. We see Connor working secondary force. Matt Bookman does a great job running the alley, making a big play and a TFL.
And here we see some pass defense.
Once again, Mitchell Maston, excellent job of being able to stay clean on the hip. Ryan Matyas working tight to alley there, makes a tremendous play and separates man from ball.
And how about this special teams? Almost 50 yards on this punt.
Yeah, this is huge too, because I still don't understand. What a catch, first of all.
Yeah.
Because if that ends up hitting the turf in Harmon Geist, that's going probably another 20, 25 yards. Tremendous job by Luke Russo.
Now we see your kickoff return game with Matthew Bookman.
This is what we talk about, how we overcome those adverse situations. We gave up a field goal here right before half. We immediately turned the momentum around in the football game by having a gigantic return right before the half here with our return team.
And we go to the second half here. Nice run by Ryan Matyas.
Ryan Matyas, he's getting better and better each week as we talk about. He does a little bit of everything. He's becoming a true offensive weapon for us as well.
And you get the lead back here with a pass to Connor Shamani.
Something we set up the play before. We converted a huge fourth down on a hitch, and we knew we had the double move off of it. Tremendous job in protection. Great job by Tyler Wolf, and Connor Shamani, who's becoming a household name here, makes a wonderful catch. I told our players what's really incredible on this here. You're going to see Connor squeeze now back inside. He keeps the ball tucked the entire time, doesn't extend through the goal line. Tremendous job by Connor Shamani.
And here may be the play of the game.
Absolutely. Momentum. We have the lead right now, and this completely solidifies it for us. What a kick, first of all, but look at how many scarlet jerseys are around the football. The excitement, the passion, the emotion on the sideline as well.
And here, back-to-back Tyler Wolf runs.
We started to feature Tyler Wolf with his legs on Friday night, something we haven't done a whole lot in terms of being called. Right here, though, what a great job by Tyler. He's such a great athlete, and we were able to put that on full display on Friday.
We'll see this twice, the touchdown by Matthew Bookman.
Great job on the jump cut here, and then immediately getting north by Matthew Bookman. We do a nice job up front. We see we're body on body, man on man, big on big here. We're fighting, we're scratching, we're clawing. We're outsized up front, but our guys, they're just so tremendous.
You mentioned that here's that 2-point conversion.
Here it is, a little bit of a bad snap, and Connor Shimani does a great job. We work on this all the time in practice for our scramble drill here, in which we call fire. Ryan Matyas to have the presence of mind to be able to get in the end zone, and we've talked about this with Connor Shimani before, how you can't advance a 2-point play in high school football, so to be able to throw that and get the 2 is huge.
Now your favorite play, Coach, Team D.
Team defense, you see it right here, a bunch of scarlet jerseys around the football. Great job, huge third down there to force them to punt the ball back to us.
And here we get a run by Matthew Bookman.
You see some of the blocks downfield. Look at Ryan Matyas, almost 9 yards downfield. Matt Bookman being patient to the edge, just tremendous. And this then coming back and running stretch off of our bunch here, you're going to see Big John 71 and Ryan Matyas number 10. They're blocking almost 20 yards downfield. Yeah. Great run by Matthew Bookman being patient and then finishing on contact.
And another 30-yard catch here for Connor Shimani.
Chunk plays. This is big off of the play action now, being able to find the soft spot on the drag route. Great job by Tyler Wolf. Tremendous job by Connor Shimani.
We have Big John and Brady Mazenko.
This is awesome. We talked about this. We said, first of all, what coverage downfield? This is a true coverage sack, but it's the relentless motor that our guys have now. As you see Brady, Big John, the rest of our defensive line here, relentlessly pursuing the quarterback, and they were going to be stopped until they got the sack.
And we're going to see this combo again later in the highlights. A young man that we've had on the show, we're not sure if it's the highest rated show yet, but Christian Price.
Christian Price. We talk about him all the time. You love to see great things happen to Christian because he's such a selfless player. On senior night, did so many wonderful things for us.
And the thing that makes Matthew Bookman, I think, such a weapon is the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield.
Absolutely. Positionless football here with our athletes. They're able to play in the backfield, split out, and they just make play after play.
And we'll get another look at this Tyler Wolf's touchdown run.
Tyler Wolf, his first rushing touchdown of his career right here. Tremendous job of being able to pull his own read, widening out and then tightening right back inside to be able to get the score.
And we're going to see this final play twice. We talked about it before, 71-42.
It's a commitment to their team here in terms of not wanting to give in, not wanting to give up. You see they trust their technique, they trust their coaching. It's just a tremendous job here. Once again, the coverage downfield by our secondary as well. That's team football, that's Hazleton Area Cougars football.
And we talked about it, it was senior night, Friday night at Harmon Guy Stadium, but your team still has work to do. 2 tough road games to round out the regular season for an opportunity to come back home and host at least one playoff game.
Absolutely. We just talked today to our players about what we're playing for and how the stage continues to get bigger and bigger and wanting to bring a championship back home to Hazleton. And that starts even before the district. We're talking about our conference here. Right. We have the opportunity now to play an incredibly talented Valley West team and then Williamsport, one at a time here, but they're both in the Wyoming Valley Conference Big School Division. We talked to our players how we have all of our goals in front of us, not only with these next 2 games, but then being able to play that potential home game at Harmon Geist. But that all doesn't happen unless we take care of business this week, so to speak, against Valley West, and that starts with our preparation and in anticipation of Friday night.
And a young man that we've seen through the highlight packages week after week, getting more and more attention, getting better and better. Well, now we're going to hear from him. Number 10, Ryan Matyas, joins us next.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
plant-based luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Imagine how inconvenient your life would be without power. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with a Generac home standby generator, you will have power when you need it most. Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted.
The Wire Guys, 1338 North Church Street, Hazel Township, 570-459-3345, and visit us at homewireguys.com.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571. Tri-County has been keeping your office up to speed since 1969. Everything your office needs: office supplies, personal and custom business forms, business cards, office furniture, new and used office equipment, copy, print, and scan solutions with wide format capabilities. Leasing is also available, free off-street parking, and free local delivery. Tri-County Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazleton, 570-459-0754. Family owned and operated since 1969.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Sacco Chiropractic, East Broad Street in Hazleton, has the health care you've been waiting for. Whether it's a chronic issue or something new, Sacco Chiropractic has the most up-to-date techniques and therapies to help with any ailment. From his days of playing football with the Cougars and then in college, Dr. Scott Sacco has an elite understanding of sports injuries and how to correct them. Whether you are an athlete, a weekend warrior, or a grandmother, we can help with multiple issues. Call today to see why relief is super, man. 570-497-4150.
Welcome back to Sports Talk here on WYLN, your weekly source for Hazleton area high school football, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, your orthopedic and sports medicine partner. I'm your host, Marty Burns. In the middle, we have head coach Dennis Bookman, and to our far right, we've talked about him a lot, junior number 10, Ryan Matyas. And Ryan, thanks a lot for joining us this week.
Of course, thanks for having me.
And Coach, we've talked a lot about this young man, especially the last several weeks as he's been appearing more and more in the highlights on both sides of the football. But why don't you tell us more about Ryan Matyas and what he brings to this program?
He brings so much, multi-dimensional, not only what you see on the field, but what he provides in the locker room as well. He's a true leader, team captain, a guy who everyone on the football team looks up to. He makes our defense go inside, has done a tremendous job of, in my opinion, he was one of the best outside linebackers in the conference last year, made the transition, got his body ready for the rigors of playing in our conference at inside backer, and has just continued to get better and better. And now you're seeing on the other side of the ball him making some plays too. And he feeds off from one side to the other of the football here. Ryan, there's a million things to say about him. I'm so proud of him in terms of the way that he's continued to mature on and off the field. And, he's a guy that never gets too high or too low. The moment and the stage is never too big for Ryan. You're going to get his best effort every day. The biggest compliment I could give to a player is he loves to practice and prepare. And if you're going to do this and you're going to play the game of football, you have to love the preparation, because that's what it's about. He's pays attention to key details. He's someone who's one of the first to arrive, last to leave. The list goes on and on in terms of compliments and things I could say about him. I love him dearly. I'm so proud of him. I'm happy he's a junior because it's really exciting to know that number 10 is going to be in the middle of our defense and be one of the figureheads offensively for us for the rest of this year and next year.
And Coach, I'm going to take you back, and it'll lead into the first question to Ryan. To me, I thought one of the biggest stretches this season was week number 3, when you had just come off of those 2 tough losses to Harrisburg and Wyoming area. Go to Berwick, they jump out 7-0, and then Ryan, you break off that big run. 2 plays later, you get the touchdown pass from Tyler Wolf, and it seems like your team has just kept rolling from that point. What do you remember about that key offensive possession in Berwick?
I mean, we needed a momentum booster, and the ball was going in my hands. I saw the open gap thanks to the line. They blocked downfield. It opened up. I got there. Next play on the pass, I got good blocks downfield. Everyone on their other routes set everything open. I got a nice touchdown off of it. It really boosted our momentum for the rest of the game. We haven't looked back since.
And before we talk about you running the football, I've noticed the last couple of weeks where you stay back, you're the back and maybe last line of protection, if you will, for Tyler in the passing game. But if there's nobody there, you're able to swing out. And so often, there's so much attention to everybody down the field, you've got a lot of green space in front of you.
Yeah, you have to be ready to get the ball at any time. With everyone downfield, it could open up for you. You have to get ready to run downfield.
And then when you get in those empty back sets, when, say, Matthew comes out of the backfield and goes out in a receiver position, talk about what you see when you're running the football.
Well, they key on Matthew a lot, so a lot of stuff opens up for me because they think pass, 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 and when I get the ball, our line does a good job blocking and everything opens up.
And as Coach mentioned, I'm guessing you almost take that defensive mentality when you're the fullback and you're blocking for Matthew. I mean, we saw it on those 2 consecutive running plays in front of the Hazleton area sideline, especially that one, as Coach mentioned, you would make John or 20 yards downfield and you're still blocking, still pushing. I guess it's just one of those, you just keep going until you hear the whistle.
Yeah, if everyone does their part every play, we're going to get big yards out of it. If we would have stopped blocking, that play wouldn't have been as good as it was.
We talk about our team's culture too, and we say that, you know, to our players and to everyone, a player's commitment to his team is how he plays without the ball, because it's easy to play hard when you have the football in your hands, right? It truly means something, and it's special how you play for your teammates without the football, and nothing exemplifies that more than the play we saw where Ryan Matyas and John Valdez are blocking almost 22 yards, 23 yards downfield, still allowing our back to be able to get north.
And it would be a big error on my part if we didn't mention your defensive play. As Coach mentioned, going from outside linebacker in, how was that transition for you?
Well, they need someone to step up, and Coach asked me during the offseason if I'd be willing to put the work in for it, and I said, of course. The team needs someone to do it, so I thought might as well be me.
And you almost, before you can even get out on the field, you almost have to be like a student of the game that, you know, you're going from outside to inside. Just learn what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to be, that type of thing. Talk about the work you've done off of the field to get ready to play that inside linebacker.
I mean, great coaching. They have us lifting, making sure we're getting bigger. During the off season, and Coach Deal did a great job working with me, getting the fundamentals down and inside that are different than outside.
And one last question for you. We mentioned it to Coach last segment. There's still work to be done. Even though senior night has passed, you guys still have 2 tough road games. As Coach mentioned, not only conference, but district. And I think a lot of you guys, if not the whole team, wants to get back one more time at Harmon Geist.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's so huge. We finally have fans coming back to our games again. A lot of people like to come out and see us. We're rolling now, so want to do it again. Keep having people come back.
Well, Ryan, thank you so much for joining us this week. Best of luck in the final 2 games, and we look forward to seeing you next year, too.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. We're going to talk about those Wyoming Valley West Spartans next.
Sports Talk is presented in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
Having a trusted local healthcare partner who knows you and keeps you well is vital. Lehigh Valley Health Network's Vital Choice program is a free wellness program for greater Hazleton area residents ages 60 plus who like having choices in healthcare. Vital Choice gives you access to your choice of doctors, your choice of healthcare services, and free and discounted fitness, wellness, and social benefits without limiting you to one insurance provider. Learn more at lvhn.org/vitalchoice or call 501-7444.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. Or Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists. Call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
2020, it was certainly challenging, but now there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is certainly bright.
Enjoy our world-renowned water parks, classic resorts, breathtaking views, fabulous food. 2021 has arrived. We are back better than ever. Let's enjoy it. Find your enjoyment waiting at PoconoMountains.com.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
We have 3 minutes left on the clock here on Sports Talk, and Coach, week number 9, as we mentioned, takes you up across the river to play Wyoming Valley West at Spartan Stadium. Talk about heading there and just playing there Friday night.
A tremendously tough place to play in Valley West. It starts, as we say, defense has to travel. Once again, a really talented football team that's really well coached by Coach Baranski and his staff. They certainly go offensively by the running back, a sophomore Isaiah Cobb, who's about 240 pounds. There was a football game against Dallas earlier in the year. He carried the ball 53 times. So there's no secret who they want to give the football to. But what makes them so dangerous offensively is they have physicality and size up front. They have a quarterback who has tremendous arm talent, and he's somebody who really could hurt you. They have some guys on the edge. This Olszewski kid, he's really impressive, makes plays, and then defensively, they're tough. It's that typical Valley West, tough, pride themselves, 11 hats to the football. They're fast, violent, physical, just like we are defensively.
And is the big key defensively not to get hypnotized by Cobb, because all of a sudden they can hit you with play action?
Absolutely, and we talk about doing our job and being one of 11, and making sure that we're not only gap sound and responsibility sound, but we don't tuck our head in places they don't belong. And it's a challenge in itself to be able to stop the run game. And like you said, then when you add the other element of the play action pass off of it, it certainly can pose challenges for us. But we feel that we'll prepare this week, as we always do, have a tremendous week of practice, and be prepared for the game Friday night.
And what concerns do you have with them on the defensive side of the ball?
Once again, as we talked about, those same guys that we talked about offensively, they also play defense for them. So they're big up front. They have athletes and skill in the linebacker and defensive backfields. The bottom line is, once again, and it may sound cliche, but we talk about all the time, we have to take care of ourselves. Offensively, you have to make sure we limit turnovers and we continue to improve, because that's been the mantra here from day one is, the Hazleton Area Cougars worry about the Hazleton Area Cougars. We continue to improve, and everything else is going to take care of itself.
Well, Coach, best of luck heading on the road Friday night. Looking for win number 3 in a row and 6 overall.
Thank you so much. Go Cougars.
Ryan?
Go Cougars.
Perfect. So for Ryan Matyas, head coach Dennis Bookman, I'm Marty Burns saying so long. Join us next week for another edition of Sports Talk, as we'll go over the Wyoming Valley West game. Look ahead to the regular season finale, and I can't believe I'm saying that, at Williamsport, and another guest from the Cougar football program. You're watching Sports Talk. That's brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, your orthopedics and sports medicine partner.